What's up, guys? We're just filming. We're just
having ourselves a day.
Yeah, we're having ourselves a whole ass road trip, not just a day. We're having ourselves a weekend. So, I asked yesterday on Instagram for questions specifically for me and Julia to answer. If you don't know, Julia is my roommate. Also, what we're doing right now, we just drove down to meet her mom in Shasta because we were switching cars with her mom. So now Julia has this car and her mom took her car, if you care about that information. I literally look like a bear in this thing, but it's so comfy. So,
Thanks, Mom.
all right. We're gonna go onto, I screenshotted some questions. It's a little burp. I screenshotted some questions. So, let's do it. First question. What made you decide to live together? I forced her. Long story short. It's actually kind of a funny story if you've been watching, like, my videos the past few months. I thought that I was going to be moving into the house that she was living in, but then I ended up not moving in there because my friend Maddie needed someone to live with, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to live with Maddie. And so then Maddie and I decided to live together, but we were really trying to get Julia to come and live with us, and we thought it wasn't going to happen. And then we finally convinced her to move out of the house that she was living in and move in with us, and now we all
within like a week's notice. That was a stressful week.
Yeah,
I don't think
it
you
happened.
filmed anything during that,
I didn't.
but it was bad.
It happened, like, I was planning on moving into her house, and then, like, within a day, I was like, no, I'm not. I'm moving in with Maddie. And then, like, a day later, we were like, okay, we found a place. And then
I had to tell my landlord, and then he was basically, you need to be out in like 3 days. And then I lived in Kiara's studio for like a week.
Yeah, it was a whole time, but it worked out really well, and
now we're very happy.
Yeah, we're very happy. So there we go. There's that. Other question: how did we meet? Julia was my roommate when I went to University of South Carolina my freshman year, and then I transferred to U of O. And when I transferred, I had a mutual friend that like kind of knew Julia and her roommate, and they were like, they need another person, you should just live with them. And then I was like,
random.
Okay. So it was totally random. I'd never met her, didn't even talk to you before.
No, like we didn't even like follow each other on Instagram. I had no idea who she was, what her name was.
Yeah, we like didn't interact whatsoever, and literally just like immediately became best friends. Yeah. And it worked out like ridiculously well. Yeah. And we went to Thai food like one of the first nights, because I was really nervous because it was like my first night in Eugene, and like since I transferred I didn't really know anybody, and like it wasn't like I was in the dorms or anything, so I was like, oh, I hope these girls don't hate me. And then I was like, do you want to go get Thai food? And we
realized that we both have an obsession with Thai food.
Yeah. And we went and got Thai food together and sat outside and talked about boys and our ex-boyfriends for like an hour and a half and bonded.
The rest was history.
And then, and then it's just been uphill from there, really. We're asking about the whole Johns Hopkins situation.
Yeah.
So I'll give a brief synopsis really quick.
Okay.
Julia is applying to go to nursing schools right now, and she had a bunch of applications out. Last week she got accepted to Johns Hopkins, which is the #1 nursing school in the country, which was a very big deal, very exciting. And now she has to decide whether she's gonna go there or not, but she probably is. Somebody said, are your parents/friends fine with being on camera always? LOL. My family, like my parents are like cool about it. They love the videos because they think they're funny, and like our family interacting together is really funny, so my parents like seeing that. My sister definitely loves it, but sometimes she's like, you're always filming me, which is really random.
Film her breakdown.
But she likes it. Like, she loves being on camera, but then occasionally she's like, stop filming, and then I'm like, always put it down. But I feel like my friends, you can like,
she's very respectful. Like, if you don't want to be filmed, she's not gonna be like, but I need content.
Yeah, like I usually try to ask and be like, if you guys don't want me to film, like, just let me know. Like, I will never get mad if they like tell me not to, and I always show them, like my roommates especially, like the videos before I post them, just because I want to make sure that like everything is like okay with them and stuff. You don't care.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but I try not to like do it all the time, and then also I try to film in a way that's not like oh, let's like do this for the vlog or anything.
Nothing's like forced.
That. Yeah.
It's all just very like, I don't even realize you're filming.
Well, I'm more just like trying to set up the camera when like we're doing our own thing, and so it's not really about like being filmed or anything. It's more of just like, oh, something's recording us. But
it's fun to look back on to like forget about the conversation. So I'm like, oh, we really said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like the footage that doesn't go anywhere. Somebody asked about CBD. I feel like I'm just like a CBD like
advocate at this point.
Yeah. They asked if it actually works to help anxiety. I don't know whether it helps my anxiety or whether it's placebo effect, but I do think that it makes me like a calmer person in general, because a lot of my anxiety comes from like me working myself up. So I think that it can kind of like stop me from even getting to that point. And like I only really take it at night, but I don't know if that
when I've taken them, I haven't really noticed like a full difference, but I feel like also when I've taken them, I haven't been like having an anxiety attack.
I've never been like having an anxiety attack and then taking them. I was trying to take them like, you know, as I'm like winding down for the night. Yeah, so I don't actually know if it does anything or if it's just placebo. Do with that what you will. Somebody asked about like what kind of CBD I take. I like not pot because they are vegan and it doesn't have gelatin in it, which I like, and also they're just like well regulated and stuff, so I'm into that. And then also like there's some places at the farmers market that sell stuff. I don't know a good like CBD drops. I would definitely be down to try that if anybody has like a good CBD or like a good brand that does drops. I have usually only had the gummies, or I got some honey from the farmers market. But yeah, let me know if you have good recommendations for that. I'm down to try other ones. Oh, we didn't really talk about how we met Maddie. Because,
yeah, well, I met Maddie through you.
Yeah, you know Maddie through me. I met Maddie from school, from a class, actually. It was last year, so our senior year, and we were working together on a project. And at first, she thought that I was, like, really mean.
As everyone does.
Yeah, as most people do. And then we, like, started talking more, and I totally developed, like, a girl crush on her. Like, I thought she was, like, so cool and cute. And I, like, told my mom. I was like, Mom, I really like this girl, Maddie. Like, I think she's so nice. I think we'd get along really well. And then we just started to become, like, better and better friends throughout the year. And then we both, I don't even know, like, we were just, like, good friends, but then quarantine happened. And then I saw her, like, we met up one time, like, distance to get beers over quarantine. And it was kind of like a realization of, like, okay, we're actually more than just school friends. Like, we actually are, like, real life friends. And then we just got even closer, and then she wanted to move out, and here we are. The rest is history. La da di da. Slab on my knob. Somebody asked where I work. I work at a coffee shop, bar, sustainable cafe. I do their graphic design work and help the owner out with some other graphic design stuff, but then I also just work at the coffee shop, and I really like it. And I also am in grad school right now. Your turn.
I, before quarantine, had 2 jobs, and I'm kind of like still furloughed from one of them. And I was working as a medical scribe in a family practice and pediatric clinic. And then when COVID hit, I kind of started to distance myself from that because they switched to all telehealth visits and they weren't trying to bring patients into the offices anymore. And so then I started working as a phlebotomist, and we're actually working with all the like COVID clinical trials and collecting all their plasma for them. So kind of doing that, and then applying to nursing school. So very health related. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All my friends are in science. I think it's great. It's really cool. I could never do it. Bad habit you're trying to break. Bad habit I'm trying to break.
Stop getting beers every night.
Yeah. There's a brewery right by our house, and it's really cute, and we really enjoy going and getting beers, and that needs to stop.
I need to stop eating out as much and like start packing my lunches for work, but it's hard because I work 5 a.m. shifts, so my lunches are basically breakfasts at 10 a.m. Is it not recording anything?
No, it is. The lighting's just really weird. I was trying to see if... Another habit I'm trying to break, I have a tendency to overcommit myself because I like to be really busy, but then it makes it so that I can't do like each of my things like really fully because I have too many things happening. So that's a good habit to break. Staying up until 3 a.m.
That's bad.
I don't sleep. I don't know why.
When I wake up at 3 a.m. to go to work, she's like just going to sleep. I like hear her YouTube or Netflix playing through
It's
the
because
door.
I can't sleep. I don't know why. I just don't sleep at night. It's horrible. Somebody somebody said, how's my master's program going? It's going great. I really like it. I really like my classes this term. I'm taking one on social media strategy, and then I'm also taking one all about building high performance teams and what makes effective like team building and teamwork, and that one's really interesting, and that one's my favorite. And yeah, next, what your best story of when we were roommates in college?
There are so many.
I have one. There was one night where
I have one, but I don't know if I want to share
I'm sharing it, and it might be the same one. There was one night where we went to a frat.
That's the one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sharing it.
Okay.
We went to a frat formal together because like some of Julia's best friends from her dorms were in Fiji, the frat at UO.
So I basically just invited myself to their
Yeah,
formal.
so we just like went as friends, like not with dates or anything. And
Katie was my date, basically.
yeah, but this one guy, like, that Julia was really good friends with, just friends, like, kind of started to get weird and like tried kissing her, and she was like, no, like, don't kiss me, I don't want to be kissed. And he was just like, he was intoxicated and
it
was just like expressing his feelings for her, and
what is
she
it, unrequited feelings?
Yeah. And she was very upset about it.
Crying.
And she started crying, and so we left. And she was like crying because she felt bad, but also because she was uncomfortable. And she was like you don't cry. Julia never
I was also
cried.
still dating my current boyfriend at the time. So
oh
I
my
told
God.
him, I was like, hey, like I have a
forgot
boyfriend.
about
Like
that.
we're like just friends. Like nothing's happening
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And he just like didn't get the idea, or just like, you know, like not
it was
there.
it was just like not a good situation, and so we went back to our apartment, and she was crying. And if you go to U of O, you know Doko, and Doko is like this calzone place that's open really late, and they deliver really late until like what, 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And I ordered her a calzone
Off of your parents.
off my
credit.
parents' Oh my God.
That's
and
suspicious.
we sat on the floor of our apartment and ate calzones, and she cried.
And I was literally like, Katie had me in her lap for some reason. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why you were laying in my lap.
You like put me there. I don't know.
Julia
Sarah
doesn't
was just
show
like,
emotions, so
no.
it's weird when she's upset.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate this question.
Right.
How did you discover Killian Murphy, and what are your favorite films
Oh,
he's in?
boy.
I'm dead. Julia doesn't like Killian
It's
Murphy.
not that I don't like him. I have nothing against him. It's just that Katie and Maddie are like
Obsessed.
annoyingly obsessed.
Yeah,
Like they
so-
made a coffee book. They have like a Killian Murphy shrine in our apartment.
So
Like,
Maddie, our other roommate, she is obsessed with him and is obsessed with Peaky Blinders, and I hadn't seen Peaky Blinders before, but then her and I found that I'm also obsessed with Peaky Blinders, and we watch it together now, and we both just feed into each other's obsession because we both have pretty much the exact same taste in boys. Well, there's like a few differences, but looks-wise, very similar taste in boys, and
I just don't relate.
she just doesn't, she's just an alien and we don't get it, but we are obsessed, and we love Peaky Blinders. We love Tommy. Like, how can you not? His character is just so hot and amazing. And yeah, we do have a bit of a shrine. We have a framed picture of him, and we also have a coffee table book that we made with photo shoot photos of him. So yeah, you'll see that in the apartment tour. Killian, heart, wanting on a date. I'm just kidding. He's like so happily married, and yeah, whatever, it's fine. Somebody said, what shoes are you eyeing next? Literally just bought red high top Converse.
Trying to get some running shoes, but
Yeah.
we'll see when we go to the stores in a bit.
Favorite part about living in Oregon? Everything.
Yeah. For me, it's, I mean, I grew up in California, and so I feel like there's two seasons. There's fire, and then there's summer, and usually they're combined with the wind. And here, it's just like, you can do something, like there's weekends where we go to the coast, and the next day I'm in Mount Hood hiking, and it's like snowshoeing, but like summery beach day, and it's within like 2 hours of each other. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, and how much like lakes, and how many lakes there are.
There's just so much, there's so many things to do. And also, I love Portland. Like, it's not too big of a city, but there's like, it has a lot to it, which I
feel
really
like so many U of O people are here, so it's easy to like feel like
it's a good community, yeah. And there's really good food. music, everything. It's just a great place to live.
Yeah. It's not as big as, like, for me, like, downtown LA is huge.
Yeah.
And there's not much that
And the
I can,
people
do
are,
there.
like, generally pretty down to earth, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Do you wear a mask while ordering in the drive-thru? Duh.
Yeah.
You should too. If you could only watch 3 movies for the rest of your life, what would they be? Pink Panther, Cheaper by the Dozen. Just go with it.
I just watched that.
Really?
Yeah, we play movies and those.
I love that movie.
I honestly don't know. I'm not like a huge like movie.
Julia like
person.
doesn't.
I'm very weird.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch like.
She doesn't
TV
have a
shows.
celebrity crush.
No.
Like not a single. She can't even tell me a celebrity she thinks is hot.
I mean, like if I see someone on the screen, I'm like, oh, they're attractive, but I'm not like, oh my god, he's the hottest person I've ever seen in my life.
But like, you don't even. I asked her for like top 5 hot celebrities and she couldn't list them. So
Yeah, I'm weird. Sorry.
yeah. Fastest way to get over a breakup. Don't date.
Yeah, that's the easiest way. Just don't go through a breakup.
Fastest way to get over a breakup. Every breakup is so different. Yeah. Like, that is.
It just depends on like how they end. You know?
Yeah, it depends on why they end, how they end. Depends on if you have like really close friends or if you have family around. I mean, this is cliche, but the number one thing is just to like focus on yourself or like
have a glow up.
Yeah. I mean, really.
Yeah.
For me, I just thought about like what I really wanted to do in like the next little bit of time. And I realized that there were things that I wasn't doing because of my relationship. So that like inspired me once I broke up.
I would apply for so many things that I thought I was holding back from because of my relationship.
Yeah,
Whether it be like the timing, the distance of not wanting to move away from like the significant other. But it's like, you know, I would have never applied to like an East Coast school right now if I was dating someone here.
Right. I think it's just looking at all the opportunities that are available. It's also a good, at least for me, it was a good reality check of like, oh, like I don't want to let myself not seek opportunities because of a relationship again, even though I didn't realize I was doing it at the time. I don't know.
You learned so much about like your own preferences of what you were like not hiding in a relationship.
Well, didn't realize. Like
yeah.
things that you didn't realize. At least for me, I didn't realize. Like things that I wanted.
Same.
So, I don't know. I think just being very self-reflective. What does Jamie want to study in college? I think as of right now, she wants to do a theater program. I forget what they're called. I think it's BFA, Bachelor's of Fine Arts, and do theater, but then also poli-sci maybe. She maybe wants to go to law school. Sorry, I was really scared because you were getting like,
I was on the brake.
You were like really accelerating towards this back of the semi truck and I got super distracted. You can probably see my eyes in that clip like get wider.
Yeah.
What's my skincare routine? I'm not even answering that right now because my skin has never been this bad in my entire life. So,
do you have any skincare recommendations?
Yeah. I'll take some recommendations, or, you know, once I figure out how to fix it, then maybe I'll let you know. How are you feeling in the new house? We love it. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
There's definitely some weird things because it's like an older home for sure. Like, we can't use the dishwasher, or you have to run the dryer 5 times to get things
So
to
there's
dry.
little annoying things, but it's something that like
But it's like
significantly affects living
But like
there.
life there, I love it. It's amazing. Do you think you'll stay in Portland for the next few years? I think I'll probably be in Portland while I finish my school, so that's 2 more years. So I think I'll probably be in Portland for the next 2 years, and then depending on like jobs and kind of like where I'm at, what I want to do, I would be down to like move somewhere else for a little while, like even New York or somewhere in California. I also would really love to live abroad for like a short period of time, or at least like go travel abroad for an extended period of time. So I feel like in my 20s, I'll probably live multiple places, but then ultimately, as of right now, I want to come back to Portland.
For me, I would love to stay in Portland for a long time, but it all kind of just depends on my nursing school stuff. If I do go to the East Coast, then obviously I'm going to move out this year in August. That's a 2.5-year program, but will I move back to Portland after? I don't know. Kind of just depends on like where I end up getting a job.
Depends on where I am.
How happy I am over there, because I've never lived on the East Coast. I've definitely visited a bunch and I loved it. but if all my friends are here, then it might just result in that. So, TBD.
How do you like your UGG slippers? Looking to get the same. I love my UGG slippers. I wear
them everywhere.
Everywhere. I wear them when I go to the grocery store. I wear them when we have to switch our cars. I wear them to the coffee shops. I wear them
Around the
everywhere.
house.
Yeah, oh yeah. I wear my UGG slippers 24/7. I love them. They're one of my favorite presents I've ever received. What happened to the cat you got in college? I didn't get a cat in college.
I got a cat.
Julia got a cat.
On my alumni weekend. So after I graduated, I came back to visit Katie for a weekend. And Katie never went to the Saturday market in Eugene. So we had to go and we got a cat. It's already vlogged. I don't know if you're gonna like link it below or whatever.
Oh my god, I cannot link that vlog.
It's in her video, so you can go find it. But I got a cat and he's doing great. He's big.
He lives
He's
with
almost
us
2
now.
years old. He's been in some of the
Louis.
vlogs recently.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you watch the videos, that's the cat. So, little Lou Bug.
Yes.
Have y'all gone on a triple date with boys?
No, but if there's some eligible bachelors
Yeah.
for the three of us, anyone wants to set us up,
We'd
we
be
require a PowerPoint first.
Yeah, we require.
Thesis.
Before we go to date with anybody, we require a PowerPoint with a bunch of necessary information. So if you want to know what that PowerPoint requires, you can DM us and we'll like send it over. Send over the
template.
rubric.
Grading scale.
But yeah, sure, we would go on a triple date with some guys we haven't yet. I personally won't go on any dates with anyone if it's me alone with them. It's not my
She has
vibe.
anxiety.
I just also hate dates. I'm scared of them and boys. So if it's a triple date, then I might actually go. So yeah, Julia's the dating queen over
Not
here.
recently,
Not,
but
well, not
I just find
recently
them
because
fun.
COVID's been,
Yeah.
you know, rough. But Julia is just so good at going on dates. Like, she's not awkward.
Oh.
That scared me.
Yeah. I just use it as a chance to network. Like, I've met so many people that are like, it's literally like LinkedIn dating. I don't date off LinkedIn, but like I've met people that are like working in the medical field, they're like physical therapists that have also like given me so many great resources and like internship advice. So even if it doesn't go anywhere, it's fun to go get food and learn things.
Me dating is like such a nightmare because I'm so scared.
Yeah.
You're so not.
But it's also like, I mean, you work for orientation, but I got over my fear of like,
Well, I'm not scared of talking to strangers. I'm fine talking to strangers. Like, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I love talking to strangers.
I'm very good at talking to people and not being awkward. That's
I'm not awkward on the outside. Like, I can stop myself, but I feel so horrible on the inside. Like, I just don't think it's fun. Like, that's not a fun thing to me. I also just like the pressure of a date of being like, oh, let's see if we like each other. Like, that is that.
I don't go into it with that mentality.
But like, that's what the idea of a date is.
I don't see them that way.
I don't know. I literally can't even talk about it. It makes me so uncomfortable. Somebody said you should start a podcast. I want to so bad. The last question was about where's Kiara? Unfortunately, because of COVID, right now we're just trying to be like extra careful. We're like really only trying to hang out with like the people we're living with and to keep her safe and stuff, since both Julia and I like are going into work. So she just hasn't been around like the past week or so, but since things are like getting a little bit better, we'll probably start like hanging out with her again. We just want to be extra careful because we don't want to get anyone sick or put her family at risk or anything like that. And my camera's flashing, so we need to end this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Go follow us on Instagram so you can stay up to date with more apartment/fun activities that we're doing. And I will see you guys in our next video. I love you. Bye.